Today we're going to be installing some Camco roof vent covers. These are not the Max Air ones. It's just the regular Camco roof vent cover, nothing special. Actually, there's instructions on how to put it together inside this little pamphlet that comes on it. There's a bag of hardware inside, and it's caulked to the inside. There's usually a big old blob of stuff in there. As you can see, I've already put one on, and I was just going to walk you through the steps on how to do this one. Since I didn't have to work off a ladder, I could get up here on the roof and show you guys how to do it. Pretty simple though. Like I said, it comes with instructions, which is pretty nice. But the first thing you're going to want to do is take this rear cover off. And it's just 2 screws. And that way you can see inside how to position it. Bring you over here. And so you can see you kind of want to center it side to side and then front to back. Cheat it back probably a little farther than closer to the front. You don't want it touching the front though, because it'll struggle to open because it pivots to the front a little bit. But you also don't want to be in the way of hitting that. The screen does stick in a little bit, but not a ton. So I kind of like that position for right now. Okay, so one thing to note is I actually went out and bought new hardware. I'm not sure what they send with it, and I don't want to put something that's not stainless up here, so I actually went and purchased the exact same hardware that comes with it. The machine screws and the carriage bolts and all the washers and lock washers that you need for both of them. I think I spent like $10 on hardware. And I just got it at the local hardware store. It wasn't anything fancy. And then another thing to note is when you put these on, your vent will not open up all the way. This particular one, which is fine. It's still, you know, a constant flow of air when it's raining or whatever. But what I've done is I went down and I opened the vent up. That way I can get my drill in. And you'll need a drill with a 3/16 bit. It tells you in the instructions what you need. 3/16 is fine. And then a pencil. And you're just going to mark the slot in the side that's closest to the corner. And do it lightly if you're on the membrane, because you don't want to poke a hole in it. Now I used the middle one on the back and this first slot after the straight hole on the front. You can scoot it back a little, but like I said, you're going to end up being into the front of the vent itself if you scoot it back too far. Now those holes don't really mean much, but it just helps you line up the bracket, and you kind of want to keep it, it says in the instructions to keep it as close to the corners as you can. So I know this one I'm gonna probably run to the front of it, so I'll just cheat this front one ahead just a little bit. And then what I did on that other one was go to the very top of, pushed it all the way against the roof, and then went to the top and made a small mark to where I could see where it was gonna be. And then I finished drilling it. That way your bracket doesn't catch and hit the roof. So at that point, since I've done it already, I don't really need to drill them all at once. I know how this is going to end up. So and with this stainless hardware that I got, you have to use this anti-seize, or else the bolts will seize together and you won't be able to take them apart if you have to clean the dome or anything and actually get the whole thing apart. And that doesn't necessarily matter too much on these brackets, but you definitely want to do it on the carriage bolts. You don't have to go and coat it or anything, just a little dot of that stuff, and it'll work right down the threads as you twist the nut on. No fancy tools. I just got a socket driver handle. This is a 11/32 socket, and this other one for the big one's a 7/16. When I put that bracket on, I moved my hole, or my bolt, about centered in that slot, and then it'll bend around a little bit to line up with the little slot you got drawn on the floor or on the roof of this. And then I'll just take each bracket and just keep going. I'll finish the rest of them, do them all right now, and be done with it. Alright, that's done. And that's really all the amount of work that's the toughest part of this whole thing, is just positioning these brackets where they go. So once you get your brackets on, just remember the slots you used, the middle one here and the first slot there, and just kind of center it up. And that's it. Stick bolts in. And what I did on the other one was just kind of fish these in before I put the cover itself on. That way there's a little more room in there. Alright, once you get that done, reinstall the rear vent. Two screws that you hopefully didn't knock off the roof. That's it. Not much to it. There's definitely instructions with it. I just figured I'd throw it out there in case anybody was a little hesitant to drill a hole in their vent. They're very solid still. should not fly off. They're designed not to. They're also designed to flow through underneath and then out. So it did add a little height to the camper. I'm going to get my 4-foot level out and just check and see how tall it is now. That way I know all my clearances. Okay. So I'm hooked under that block. I'm on the top here. And I'm reading level. Uh-oh. That's still good. What are we looking at, guys? About I'm gonna call it 9'4" just to be safe, and that's tight. That's a tight measurement. Let me do it one more time just to double check. Hook it in a different spot on that block. Feel like I'm down a lot farther now. Alright, so yeah, about 9'4½", so 9'5" is what we're gonna call it. So yeah, there you go. That's how I check the overall height. Especially since I added some height to the camper. I think it was about 9'2" with the wind guard. So that should be about right, about 3 more inches, because it looked to be about 3 inches taller. But all right, that'll be it for this one. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.